Hi, it's Rachael Yamagata. Let's chat. I think it's really special. Like when I wasn't doing a release, or I didn't know what was happening, I really had a lot of time to kind of investigate my space and talk one-on-one with people. And the stories that I would get are amazing, from people, how they found the music or what they've gone through in their lives or how it's touched them. But just as people, there's so many interesting people out there who are willing to tell you a story. And so getting the chance to kind of talk one-on-one and A, show your personal appreciation for their interest, and B, just relate to them on a very person-to-person level, I think has been a great thing. Because when I'm troubled myself with how do I go on or get the energy to do this, like many a times has somebody's a fan's story pushed me through, like, oh God, this really like made a difference for them, and maybe I'm not wasting my time, maybe my own insecurities are not so different from everybody else's. So I'm a fan of it. It's funny to do Twitter because I'm like, do I really want people to know what I'm doing 24 hours a day? And then I realize you can just do random thoughts, but I like it. Anybody who's willing to listen, it's nice. It's kind of fun just to, spout off your ideas about things. And I think there are artists, in general, that I'm completely drawn to because there is a mystique and because they don't do interviews and they only just, they stand up there, they do their stuff. It's so compelling in the work, and you don't know nothing about their personal life. Like I am intrigued by those artists. I wish I could be that artist. I am much too much of an open book. Even when I meet somebody, I'll tell them the world. I don't think that's all of me. I think it's the social side of me. I'm actually pretty shy, but when I'm like a homebody shy, like kind of agoraphobic slightly, and yet still can step into this other world. But for me, it's so much more natural to just kind of, it would be unnatural for me to try and be Mystique Girl. I actually think it would probably be more effective. I think in terms of marketing, I think I have to stop doing this. I don't know why I'm quoting myself. I think it would probably be more interesting if I wasn't so forthcoming with my thoughts on things, but that's just not me. I think of it sometimes with my dating life. I think they've fallen in love with this the sad, poetic, hair and face girl. Who is that girl? Like, and then I'm a kind of a goofball, and I think it's two very strange things to reconcile. So that's why I wonder if it would be more mysterious. I mean, I love the dark side. That's why I am drawn to people who are, on the dark side, and you have to figure them out. So I don't know. It's probably my own insecurities of thinking that I'm not very interesting. I also think, I do think it's one of the inviting things about me is that I'm not afraid to be vulnerable. I'm not afraid to be an ass, or just be ridiculous on stage, or be, in a bad mood. I think there's something real about that, which if I tried to somehow manipulate, then it would get pretty boring. You know what I mean? Like, so, I don't know. Who knows? My next life, I won't do any interviews. Be very dark, or sunglasses all the time.
A lot of people can kind of see through that.
What do I do? I'm such a homebody. I'm like, when I decompress, it's all about like lost DVDs and 30 Rock and catching up on some reading. I'm terrible with like shows like Clean House and just like redecorating shows. I'll watch this for hours and dissect my apartment and kind of rearrange things. I used to be a giant tennis player, but then I busted my knee, so I've been, some sort of like exercise is always a good thing. And then honestly, for the past 2 years, it's just been a lot of like business stuff and writing. Like, I've learned more about record contracts and business management and booking tours than I ever would have thought. So anything that involves like not doing that would be great. I think it was like 2 years ago I went away to the Dominican Republic and rented an apartment for a month, and I love languages, so like literally was learning Spanish on the plane and horseback riding and taking perilous, scooter rides and being on the beach every day and just experiencing new cultures. So if there were a place I could kind of go for a little while and just live and get back to just kind of internal quiet would be really nice. So yeah, I've been doing it for so many years at a certain level that there is something that you start to question why. Boy, another 20-hour drive, that's a long drive. On year 1 it's one thing, and on year 9 it's another thing. So there are moments like that for me where I'm like, God, is this, why am I, why, what, when, how, like all those questions. But I honestly haven't lost my taste for songwriting or making records or performing. I couldn't imagine not doing it. And I figure as long as I'm in that zone, then the other stuff is just, you just have to push through it. Everybody gets tired. So nothing is as appealing to me as songwriting.